covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
After a rain delay, the Bruce Road widening project here is in the final steps. I'm Diego Moctezuma, and I'll tell you what still needs to be done.
Plus, Redding police arrested 2 teenagers for having these illegal guns. We're going to tell you what led up to that arrest. And a changing of the guard in Orland today as the Orland City Council will approve the interim city manager and assistant city manager. Plus, the Department of Fish and Wildlife is now entering the next phase of wolf conservation. We'll tell you the next steps they could take to protect livestock from wolves. All next this Wednesday, April 9th on Action News Now. And we want to get you ready for your day, giving you a live check of your traffic and weather together. This is Highway 99 at East 20th Street in Chico. So far, traffic moving smoothly on this morning. Welcome in on this Wednesday. And Court, what are you seeing out there right now?
Clear skies right now for most of us. Another very mild start to the morning, so does not look like you need to bundle up. Maybe a light extra layer, but that'll do the trick. And you want to make sure you've got those lighter layers on underneath. And it's a really good idea to get your sunglasses ready to go. And really, it's a good idea to pack some water as well. Temperatures are on the rise today. A live look outside right now from the Deer Creek Highway camera up Highway 32 east of Chico looking west over the valley. You're seeing clear conditions overhead. Moon is bright early on this morning. Overnight into this morning, we did have some clouds late last night. Those have thinned out overnight. We're seeing some thin clouds streaming through northern Shasta County and our higher elevations. But for the valley and most of our region right now, it's clear overhead. The reporting site in Chico is down again this morning. That's expected to be back up shortly. 50 degrees right now for Redding with clear skies and modest winds. Right now, Red Bluff 48 degrees, clear skies, northwest wind of 5 miles an hour, and 50 degrees currently in Orville with clear skies and calm winds. Checking in with that Wednesday morning coffee forecast. Mild temperatures with mostly sunny skies to start off the day. Very comfortable upper 40s to lower 50s at 6 a.m. By 8 a.m., it's low to mid-50s, and we're going to be warming up quickly throughout your forecast on this Wednesday. I'll be tracking how much warmer we'll end up this afternoon and what you need to know to take on the day before you head out the door, coming up in less than 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you, Court. The Bruce Road widening project is in the home stretch after a rain delay this winter. Action News Now reporter Diego Moctezuma is there live on Bruce Road this morning. Diego, I know a lot of people want to know what still needs to be done there.
Yes, Kelly, with the warm weather coming now, crews can finish basically repaving and removing surface bumps so the roads here are as smooth as possible. Now, signal and streetlight poles at Bruce Road and East 20th will be installed this month. They are finishing landscaping, irrigation, and crews will install the medians. All sidewalks and ramps are also expected to be done this month as well. While work is still ongoing, crews say there will be regular lane shifts and moving equipment on site. Now, crews want drivers to obey the rules on the road as well as construction signs and traffic control. The project manager tells me the entire project should be complete in August. For now, live in Chico, I'm Diego Moctezuma with Action News Now.
Okay, thanks for the update, Diego. And you might remember the new bridge opened in January on Bruce Road near Pickling Way. You can see monthly updates on the project on our website. Just go to News Links and find Bruce Road Reconstruction. New this morning, Redding police arrested 2 teenagers for having illegal guns. Police say last night officers saw the teens leaving the A1 smoke shop on Churn Creek Road and contacted them. We learned that one of them was 18-year-old Atticus Magana and 17-year-old whose name was not released. During the investigation, police searched the teens' car and say they found these items: a loaded stolen handgun out of Sacramento and a loaded modified AR-15 style ghost gun. Both were arrested and booked on several gun-related charges. Now to Butte County, where today the 15-year-old Gridley High School student arrested for stabbing another student will be in juvenile court. The Butte County DA's office said it expects the student's public defender will ask for a continuance to further review the police reports before deciding whether to contest the charge. The stabbing happened at the end of last month at Gridley High School in the locker room. The victim was expected to be released from the hospital last week, but still faces 3 or 4 more months of recovery. Now, happening today, the Orland City Council is holding a special meeting to appoint a new interim city manager and interim assistant city manager. Janet Wackerman has been selected as the interim city manager after Pete Carr resigned. She starts today until a new city manager is selected, which is expected by October 8th. She previously served as assistant city manager in Orland and city clerk before she retired in 2021. Jennifer Schmidtke will be approved as the interim assistant city manager. Schmidtke is the current city clerk. Now, she's going to serve as the interim assistant city manager through April until Rebecca Webster returns to work. The Shasta County Board of Supervisors held its first meeting at its temporary location at the City of Shasta Lake Council Chambers. This is where the meetings will be held for the next couple of months, while the Supervisor Chamber in Redding is renovated. District 2 Supervisor Alan Long said he wants to look into the impact federal budget cuts and staff reductions are having at Whiskeytown National Recreation Area, including the impact on park attendance. He said in 2022, the park had 1.5 million visitors, bringing between $40 and $80 million to the surrounding community.
Will that affect park attendance? Are we going to have to close any functions because of these people? Who are these people that are being cut? And what effect could that have on our community when we're talking about the multiplier effect when people are going to our hotels, they're going to our restaurants and all these kinds of things?
Long said the staff reductions are in the double digits at Whiskeytown. The county will gather information and draft a letter to Washington explaining the local impact of the cuts. The supervisors also approved a letter of support for state legislation requiring voter ID and approved a $381,000 contract for GPS services for county vehicles. A Tehama County man found out how long he'll be behind bars for gun possession. Anthony Dyer was sentenced to 2 years, 8 months in state prison for possession of a gun and ammunition by a felon. Dyer was arrested last July after he was found with these guns: a loaded handgun, a sawed-off shotgun, 2 revolvers, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. Dyer is a convicted felon, prohibited from having the guns. The community gathered for a final farewell for a Marysville police officer who was killed in the line of duty. As Marciela de la Cruz reports, Osmar Rodarte was remembered as a hard worker and a good friend.
The end of watch call.
308, Officer Rodarte, please respond.
Culminating Officer Osmar Rodarte's 2-year tenure at the Marysville Police Department after making the ultimate sacrifice.
Osmar, you are the man in the arena. I know your time on duty on this lifetime has come to an end. We know you will continue to watch over us in heaven.
Roughly 2 weeks since his killing, Officer Rodarte's family and loved ones knew that he always wanted to be a public servant.
For as long as I've known him, Osmar had 2 dreams he was determined to achieve: to serve in the greatest army in the world, the United States Army, and to become a police officer, so he could continue serving his community.
The 27-year-old's life was taken on March 26 when teams across 4 counties served 20 search warrants in a transnational drug trafficking investigation.
Osmar was deeply committed to this profession. He trained endlessly. He dreamed of making the SWAT team, and he worked every single day towards that goal.
But there was more to Officer Rodarte than work, and that was the love that he had for his parents who always supported his career.
Osmar was a devoted son who always strived to make his father proud. And he was a self-proclaimed mama's boy, inseparable from his mother whenever he was home. Even his firstborn son couldn't separate them. As soon as she walked in a room, he was by her side.
As the celebration of life came to an end and one last commemorative goodbye was given, one thing is clear for the Marysville Police Department, members of law enforcement, and his loved ones.
He is a hero, not because of how long he served our community, but because of how deeply he cared and how bravely he stepped into every challenge that came his way.
A procession after that service ended at the gravesite in Sacramento, where Rodarte was laid to rest in a private ceremony. Right now, the time on this Wednesday morning is 9 minutes after the hour, and you never have to wait more than 10 minutes for your local weather update. Court, I was trying to remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday. Unfortunately, it's just Wednesday, but the bright side is beautiful afternoons.
Bright day ahead. Yeah, the afternoon's looking great. It's funny that you mentioned that, though, being confused on what day it is. Yesterday I picked Violet up from school in the afternoon, and she was like, I'm so happy tomorrow's Thursday. And I was like, yeah. Wait a second.
We're on the same
Hold on,
wavelength.
it's
It feels
Tuesday.
like Thursday. Yes.
You know, I feel like I was played a little bit there for a second. But yeah, it's Wednesday today, and it's going to be really nice out there. Warming up Wednesday. And I'm a fan of alliteration, and I'm a fan of pleasant conditions, and give you a little bit both right now. And a live look outside, here is Highway 99 south of Chico in Butte County. We're on that Neal Road exit, and there's no impact to travel this morning as far as the weather's concerned. I have no idea as far as the other drivers go. That's something my mom always used to say. Not worried about you, just the other drivers. But this morning, you don't have to worry about the conditions out there. It's very mild early on today. It's going to be bright and warmer today into tomorrow. Then we'll see clouds returning on Friday. We're going to stay mostly dry, but then Friday evening into very early Saturday morning, we might see a little something brushing on through, but it's going to be very short-lived, and we're seeing more sunshine and warm temperatures on the way for the weekend, but it will get a little windy out there at times. Temperatures are in the 40s to lower 50s in the valley right now. The reporting site in Chico is down again this morning. That seems to be coming back up around sunrise. 50 degrees currently for Redding, as well as Orville, 48 degrees for Red Bluff. We're in the 40s to lower 50s in the foothills, still 53 degrees in Paradise, and right now we're in the 30s for the majority of our mountain zones. Likely to see a couple of these cities dipping into the upper 20s. So some higher elevations are around 5 to 11 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. But for the valley, we're on par to only slightly cooler than 24 hours ago. And yesterday it was very comfortable for the morning. It's the same this morning. Maybe you want the light extra layer. You're not going to need it long. It's going to warm up really quickly today. Winds out of the northeast up to around 5 miles an hour right now, and the winds are going to stay light today as well, so that's not going to be a big factor or a nuisance for you as you try to get outside, get that fresh air. Satellite and radar at the moment, thin cloud cover brushing through northern Shasta County and the higher elevations surrounding that, but mostly clear skies over the valley in most of our area. We'll see some thin clouds in our northern zones at 8 a.m., but again, for the valley, it's mostly dry. I think this is overdoing it for the thin cloud cover through Redding. I think we're just seeing sunshine at 8 a.m. Sunshine at noon for the valley, some thin clouds close to the Oregon border, then a few clouds just brushing on north across our region later today, but it's mostly sunny to sunny skies still. And high temperatures today ending up even warmer than yesterday. Lower 80s projected for the valley, 80 degrees in Redding and Red Bluff, 81 for Chico and Orville, 82 degrees in Willows. We'll end up in the 60s to mid 70s in the foothills and northern mountains and 60s to lower 70s in the Sierra. Really nice out there for today, Kelly, and temperatures are well above average. They'd normally be in the lower 70s, so around 10 degrees above average heading into your Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you, Court. 12 minutes after the hour. We're just getting started with your local stories this morning. An Oroville man who was arrested for assaulting a woman and her dog with a machete will be in court today. We'll get you up to speed on his case. Airmen have returned to the Air Force Base in Yuba County after being gone for 6 months. We'll tell you more about their mission and homecoming. And the tariffs went into effect this morning. One of the country's top trade negotiators who grew up in Paradise is facing some tough questions.